and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Now, for today's episode, I don't want to talk about AFCON. I just want to talk about our issues. Jackpot culture. This is becoming a problem. For those of you who are on social media, you've seen a lot of people complaining about bringing their wives or coming with their partners to the abroad, either UK, US, Canada, wherever they relocated to, and a lot of them are coming out, both men and women are coming out to either complain or to talk about the experiences of leaving Nigeria as a married couple and then coming to the abroad to experience a different kind of arrangements, either in their love life, in their married life, or just with the role change, as we all know it in a traditional sense of it. Now, let me just say this. A lot of people have complained, most especially men. They've complained that some of their wives, or some of them, not everybody, because some people have actually relocated and have good marriages. I know of a couple who in less than 5 years they bought a house and they're happy. She is working, he is working. But the thing is, when you plan your travel properly, let's say you get a job or your husband gets a job from Nigeria, it's not about the student's route. I think the pressure is less when, let's say, you or your partner gets a job before relocating. It's so easy. Maybe you're a nurse, or maybe your husband is in IT, or you're in IT. Like, there is a job already before you relocate from wherever you're going to. Now, the pressure is less because you're getting in, you hit the ground running, you're earning money, you're just going to struggle for, let's say, a month or two before you now get into the habit of living in a different country. Yes, they're going to be cultural shock, but you will not have money problems. You will not have a problem of, okay, I am a student, I'm trying to get a job, my wife is this. Like, the pressure will be less. Most of the time when you see people having issues in jackpot marriages and all that, it is because they don't understand, or when you're in Nigeria, you're planning to travel, you're thinking you're going to go to this place, everything is going to be rosy. Yes, you've heard about challenges that people face, but you're thinking there's always that mindset of my story will be different, or my case will be different, or I have people around me that is going to make it easier for me. But the reality is there is always a process, and you cannot skip some of these processes. You come in, you have to do some certain things, or you have to even get your stay. Basically, let's say you come in as a student, either the husband or the wife is doing his or her masters. You have to go to school, be able to go to school. Most times you don't even pay your school fees in full, so you're hustling to get school fees, you're hustling to pay the bills, you're hustling to, like, you find out that yes, these two people came in as a couple, most times maybe newlyweds, or maybe people who have been in family situations where as a married couple, maybe they were not even that close to each other, but then coming to the UK or coming to the abroad, wherever they are relocated to, with that pressure of, now the man is not just a husband that is providing, he also have to like take care of the kids, because if the two of you are now in the abroad, the man may be working day and going to school, or maybe going to school during the day and working during the night. There's always going to be that trying to balance the whole thing, because for you to survive, you have to be able to work and earn money, especially as somebody that is new. You're not earning, you're not a high level earner, so you have to work a lot of hours for you to be able to afford basic things. And most times this couple also have to save money to pay school fees. In terms of those, most of them, they come in as students, so the pressure, I understand the pressure. Like, I was a student, I was single. In fact, I had my fees paid, and I know the pressure I went through to be able to even graduate, because you're working to still, I was in London, it was so crazy expensive. You still have to work to pay your bills. Then just imagine you're still working, not just paying your bills and taking care of wife and possibly a kid, you are also saving to pay your school fees. So the pressure is a lot, and it can drive anybody crazy. So most times when people are thinking, oh, it is the abroad, let's say women coming here and then feeling like, they have arrived, that is what causes, the pressure. That is not true. The new environment alone, the cultural shock alone will give you anxiety. Then coupled with the fact that maybe you're somebody, because not every couple have problems. When the man who is the head of the home understand that, okay, most times they say it is women that make a marriage work or make a home work. That is not true. Because whatever you bring is what she's going to multiply. If you bring pain, she's going to multiply pain to you. If you bring peace, she's going to multiply that peace. If you bring money, if you marry a good woman, or if you decide to go and marry a not so, because I believe everybody is good. Maybe you just choose the wrong person for you, because you can get somebody who is, you think that person is the devil's incarnate, and somebody else might get that person and think, okay, this is the best thing since sliced bread. So everybody is good depending on who you're choosing to do life with. So if you have chosen that woman or that man based on whatever reason that you've chosen that person, you know who you are getting married to, or you know who you married. Now, knowing that fact from Nigeria, having done marriage or having dated or having gotten like a newlywed relocating, I am very sure you know who you married. If you married somebody who is a very traditional woman, where you provide and you're happy to provide as a traditional man, and then she's happy to, as a traditional wife, do everything that a wife does. Let's say take care of you, maybe wake up 3:30 in the morning to prepare your lunch for you to go to work, like just do those kind of things, and she's happy to do that because you're providing. Now, if you're not relocating to a different place, let's say UK, US, Canada, and she has to work to support you, because most times these people go as students. So husband is working and going to school and trying to pay the rest of the school fees. So that woman will have to chip in. That woman will have to support that husband. Now she is now coming into your role, helping you out, going out there working, earning money to either pay the bills or to put it towards the savings of paying your school fees. Whatever that situation is, she is now taking some responsibility off of you. But what happens is that the man on the other side doesn't think, okay, I need to maybe wash the plates, or my wife is tired, she went to work, I need to help her just prepare dinner so that when she comes back she could have something to eat. Most Nigerian men will not do that. They will still sit down, she will go to work, come back, go into the kitchen, prepare food while he's sitting down fiddling with the remote or watching AFCON, basically, and then she will do all those things, and she will still serve you as the husband. Now, I am not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if as a traditional person you married a traditional woman who believes that her husband is supposed to provide for her, and you as a traditional man, you believe that your wife will have to do everything for you, let's say cook, clean, just cater for your needs, because that is what you, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're now leaving the comfort of that traditional environment to come to the abroad, now there's a role change. Most times, not really a role change, but you have to step into each other's role to be able to make things work. Let's say a man is thinking, okay, yeah, I have the money, I've paid my school fees, I will just come work, earn money, and then you are in a situation whereby for you to even pass, to get to the next level, you have to attend lectures, you have to go to school, you have to study, so you could see that you will need your wife's help to work and earn some money. Whether that conversation was had or not, she will go out there to work. Now, this is a traditional woman, you're a traditional man, but if you as a man don't step into her role, like she is stepping into your role to help you with, whatever she's helping with you with, whatever money she's bringing in, you as a man will also have to help her, let's say in her own traditional role, let's say cooking, cleaning, or just like, then it works. It works. But most times when things don't work like that is when you have two traditional people moving to the UK, and the woman most times will, because she wants to earn money, so she would want to go out there to earn money. She would not have a problem with that, and the man would not have a problem with her helping, because he needs that financial support, but then he would not want to think about helping her in her own traditional role. So it becomes complicated and people start having issues. There's this lady that gave an example when, everybody was discussing this issue of japa marriage, japa women, especially Nigerian women, traveling with their husbands and then leaving their husbands abroad. She gave her own example. She said, listen, she was in Nigeria. She was I think a doctor or a nurse, medical practitioner. I don't know, can't remember right now. So she said she was working. She was earning her money and she was giving her husband all the money to be a submissive wife. She will get the salary, she will give it to her husband, and then the husband will give her allowance out of that money. She said she did that for a very long time, not because she wanted to do it, but because, the husband demanded it from her. And just imagine you're working and somebody, let's say you're earning £100 or naira or dollar, and then out of that money, somebody's giving you 10% of what you're earning. Not because they couldn't say, okay, take this money, and you don't see what they're using it for. Because most times they will just, because they believe that they are the man, they will spend it whatever way they want to spend it, thinking, yes, you have to be submissive. If you marry that kind of person, there's no problem, but people change. You have to change with people. You have to grow with people. That is the essence of marriage. Even in families, you grow with your siblings and you grow with, cousins, everybody. At some point, you could see that the person you knew 10 years ago is no longer the person you know today. And you have to adjust to that change. But most times in all these japa marriages, people don't adjust to change. So the lady was saying that when she got to, is it UK or US, immediately she started earning money, she just discarded the husband. I know it sounds horrible, but she said she just waited to get to the UK because she knew she couldn't do all those things in Nigeria. She couldn't resist in Nigeria. She just decided, okay, let me just get myself out of this situation, and once I'm in a place where I have some level of leeway or freedom, I could do what I want to do. So most times when you see marriages ending, it is not because these people were so happy. Maybe the husband thought the marriage was good, because if you're dominating somebody, if you're like a tyrant or a dictator in your home, the woman may not even have a choice. She will just have to do whatever you're asking her to do. And you're thinking you have a happy home. You're going out, you're cheating, you're using her money to chase side chick and all that. And most times Nigerian women will not even want to leave marriages because they think, okay, this is, it's a status thing. But then when you come to the abroad, nobody really, as long as you're happy, nobody really cares, whether you're married or not. To be honest with you, you don't go looking for a job and somebody said, are you married? If you're not married, they're not giving you this job. Or you don't go to buy a house and somebody says, and they tell you, oh, if you're not married, where is your husband to sign? Like, that is not, once you can afford certain things yourself, you can live your life in the diaspora. So for me, I think it's not about people saying that they were happy before they relocated or the women changed after they relocated. No, the point is, how was your marriage? How was it? if you're being, all these people talking about, oh, their wife left them, if they were being honest with themselves, they would know that it wasn't a good situation. You may think it was a good situation for you because she was being submissive. She was doing everything you were asking her to do. But was she happy? Was she actually happy? So there was this other lady who said she was thanking her husband for bringing her to the UK to meet her soulmates. It rubbed a whole lot of people the wrong way because people were thinking the audacity of you to to use your husband to get to the UK knowing that you're going to leave him. Nobody leaves a good situation, especially for women. We have been conditioned that marriage is an achievement, marriage is your birthright. Like, whether it doesn't matter who you marry, as long as you're married, this is what we're told. But no woman, I think, would get married to somebody and then leave that situation if it's a good situation. Regardless of how good you think you are as a man or as a woman, you may get somebody who that doesn't work for the both of you and it becomes a bad situation. So what I would say is, anybody that is in Africa or in Nigeria planning to travel as a couple, I mean, it is good to travel as a couple because you get somebody who can support you. Maybe you're down, the person can pick you up, or the person is down, you can, like, that support system is needed. Okay, so I would never say, don't travel as a couple. Or I would even advocate for people to travel as a couple because, listen, the cultural shock, it is very good to have somebody who will be there for you, or you have the same experience or similar experiences that you're going through. So it is good to travel as a couple. But before you travel as a couple, sit down, tell yourself the honest truth. Are you treating this person well? If your daughter was your wife, would you you could see how, you as a man was treating your daughter, would that make you proud? Would that make you happy that, okay, my daughter is in good hands? If the answer is no, then you are heading for disaster, because you're going to come here and she's going to leave you, and then you're going to come to social media to cry, to say that, oh, marriages in abroad doesn't work. No, you have the wrong formula. Okay, so sit down, think about it. If it's to go to counseling before you travel, do everything possible to know that you've done your part and you're ready to adjust to whatever changes that you're going to meet in wherever you are. But also, if at the end of the day it turns out that your partner just left you high and dry, it still boils down to you. You chose that you chose that partner. It has nothing to do with abroad. It has nothing to do with jackpot marriage. It has nothing to do with, oh, you had a very excellent marriage and now it is your choice. It has everything to do with your choice. At the same time, let's learn to change. Let's learn to adjust. Let's unlearn and relearn certain things. It's partnership. If people understand that marriage in this day and age is partnership, a whole lot of people will be happier in their marriages and we'll have less people having problems. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Today's episode is once again sponsored by DDBT's Wigs. So our details are on the screen. We sell wholesale, retail, and if you want to partner with us, let us know, and we talk. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like and share. Thank you very much. Bye bye.